talking about just a blog, short discussion about what we're planning for CELA on the 20. Actually, we're going to do on the 25th. First announcement is going to be we have a venue for the uh, perfume gathering, pre-concert gathering, and that will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. to till 10 p.m. But we can always go over since the restaurant will just reopen. Um, this is at Suihiro Cafe, and this is at on First Street in Little Tokyo, which is a little far from the Wiltern. So those who are staying in Koreatown, you might have to get some sort of transportation out to Little Tokyo, whether it be an Uber or I'm not sure if the subway goes out that, right there. I know there's a subway stop. I think it's the Gold Line, and there is a Little Tokyo station. Um, and I believe the Wiltern has a a subway station right next to it. I'm not sure though. That might be the red line, so you might have to do some transferring. I haven't taken the subway unfortunately, so I can't advise. But it can give you driving directions. So let's take a look actually on the map and see how this looks. So, as you can see, uh, it's about an 18-minute drive from the Wiltern. The Wiltern is over here on the left, and it is well, it's not walking distance, unfortunately. You'll need to take a car over there. Uh, as I said before, it will start at 7 p.m. And go until 10. The venue itself, we can start with 20-ish people, and I believe 20-ish people can uh, we 20-ish people filled out the survey, and we're good with that, and assuming everybody will go on Thursday. But if we can get the number up to 35, we can close the restaurant just for our event, and we can play, perfume over the speakers. Um, there's no projector, unfortunately, but if someone has a projector, we can bring one in and play some perfume videos or whatnot. Uh, the venue itself, we can seat 50 comfortably, 70 uncomfortably, and we can go above that if people don't mind standing. It's a restaurant. It's like a cafe. If you've ever been to Japan, it's like, well, actually, it's like Denny's, is what it is. It's a nice place. There's a good amount of different types of Japanese food there. They serve alcohol as well, uh, and it's a really good venue. So hopefully, oh, I'm still over there. I'll just transition back to myself for a second. Hopefully, enough people will come to will be able to close the venue and have a perfume only thing. They will reopen the restaurant at 10 p.m., but that doesn't mean, people aren't welcome to come after 10. We might stay over. It depends on how everybody feels. I'm guessing everyone is going to go home around that time or go back to where they're staying at around that time because it's going to be a an early start for some of you, especially for those who are on the general floor area or the pit, and you have to wait in line to get up, to the best places out there. So for those who actually can't go to the Thursday gathering, we do have some casual stuff planned. Well, not really planned. We will be going around Koreatown on Friday. So for those of you who can't go Thursday but are able to come and they're not waiting online on Friday, we will be going around. We can, eat at a few places. There are some very good places in Koreatown right next to the Wiltern. Across the street, I believe there's a Coffee Bean or a Tommy's. There's also a ramen place. kind of like adjacent to the intersection where the Wiltern is, there is a shopping mall type area which has a lot of food things. There's a Daiso there, which is kind of like a, I guess, equivalent of a dollar store. So if anybody needs, I don't know, if you're waiting in line and you want like an umbrella or something, you can head over there and buy something, and it's real cheap. There's also a really cool like ice cream type of thing. It's like a kind of a trendy like
Dragon's Breath.
It's called Dragon's Breath. You can hear Paigey over here, and hi Paigey. And basically, it's just dried ice, and it kind of smokes. And it's really cool. I haven't tried it yet, but we're gonna go back and I'll see how that goes, and we can try some other things. Now, as far as the after party goes, we have a few venues lined up. Only one, however, is a surefire bet that we can get a reservation, and that is a shabu shabu place. We're still not sure about it. We have two other places that we really want to do, and that is Beer Belly, which is actually, I'll show you guys on the maps again. And let's just get this changed. Beer Belly is actually a 5-minute walk from the Wiltern. Let's see here. Let's get out of this. Beer Belly. So, Beer Belly is right here. The Wiltern is on the bottom here next to the Google logo. There's the Wiltern. Beer Belly is right up there, not far at all. And there's a place right next to it. I forget what it's called. It's a Korean name. Let's put up a satellite view. It's something like, oh, there it is, Dongo. This Dongo is actually over here where you see the red roofs here. Both of these places are very good for an after party venue. However, the problem is with both of these is that they, on Friday nights, Saturday nights, they get really, really crowded. And unfortunately, both venues said that there is a very low chance to get any sort of reservation for the venue because they have so much business on Friday. We could try, but I also, need a definite number of how, what to reserve there. So I will be putting up a couple of surveys to, find out how many people are actually going to go to each of these things. I will be putting up an Eventbrite actually for the Suihiro event, the Thursday pre-concert gathering, so we can get a number of, how many people are going to actually go to that. And I'm also going to be doing another survey. I know CELA is just full of, you're just taking surveys left and right. Would you like to take a survey? And we need those who are almost certain will go to the after party. So if you're on the fence of going to the after party, say, I'm probably just going to say, are you coming? And it's going to be a yes. So if you don't think you're going to go to the after party because it's going to be, you're going to be out of energy after the concert or whatnot, don't take the survey because I'm going to need an almost definite number to give these venues. And if we go over, since we're not taking donations or anything, it's going to be a very bad time for my bank account. So I'll be, getting those things out as soon as possible. So that takes care of the gatherings. The next thing I wanted to talk about, the last thing really, is the LED T-shirts. As we've talked about on the last meeting, we were planning to get these LED T-shirts, which are freaking really cool. Here's the order form for the T-shirts. Of course, the higher the quantity, the the prices per T-shirt. So let's see, we'll just go with the lowest one, and you'll get a quick idea of how much the shirts are going to be. But basically, per unit price is about $42.90. Oh, okay. Let's go back to we have a question as far as how are we going to split the bill for the venues. Well, as far as Suihiro goes, we don't know how we're going to split the bill for, of course, the after party since we don't have a venue. But for Suihiro, I'm going to talk with the owner and see how he would want to do this. What's the best way to do this? It really depends on how many people are going. What I would like is for there to be a set menu. I'm gonna, talk with them. We're gonna see what our best options are. But to have just like how it was in the Izakaya night in World Tour 3rd, LA, I'm going to hopefully set up some sort of preset menu, and everybody will pay one price. And if we could, then they'll be able to order anything that they want after the fact. It really all depends on how, the venue is willing to do it. It could be that everybody pays their own way. I'm not. So the problem with Suihiro, it's not really a problem. It's Suihiro has changed. They redesigned the place, and it's different from what I know. I haven't been in a bit of time. Before there was just like a cash register that you go up to, and you take your bill and you can pay your way and whatnot. I'm not sure how it's changed. Hopefully for the better. I will be trying to go tomorrow, which is the grand reopening of Suihiro, and that's when I'll be talking to the owner, and we'll go over different ways to do this. But hopefully there will be some sort of preset menu that we can do one price for everybody, and everybody can just get in addition to what they want after that fact. So we'll keep you guys updated with that.
Awesome. Will you need to pay for Eventbrite?
Eventbrite, I am hoping we will not have to do a price for that, since there is a cut that Eventbrite takes out of the price, in which the price will need to increase above that in order to cover the venue. So for example, let's say we set a venue price or a set menu price of like, I don't know, $25 a person, right? If I set that on Eventbrite, there's a percentage above that I need to go. So let's say, I don't really remember what it was, but let's say it's like, 5%-ish. So I would need to tack on 5% on the price, on the $25. And that's just a little more. It's not that much, but, less is always better, right? If I need to do let's say for the after parties, I need to do some sort of presets. We need to pay for the event beforehand. Unfortunately, that's what I'm going to have to do. So just like, I think New York is doing it, and it doesn't seem so bad at all. But if we can not do that, I will. But if the after party requires that we have to pay in advance, and especially what happened with everybody basically, not going to the after party on World Tour 3rd, it was very hard to foot that bill. So, the Eventbrite, a pre paying beforehand rather, is what we're going to have to do if we have to pay up front, or if we're going to have to pay everything. Everybody has a different price at the end of the whole event or whatnot. I don't think we can do a set menu for Beer Belly or the Dongo. We haven't really spoken to them as far as what menu we'll do, because they just basically, when we went there, they just outright said, "Oh, we won't be able to do a reservation for Friday." they gave me a business card and said, you guys can try, and there might be a chance, but most likely they won't do it because it's our busiest days kind of thing. Uh, in that case, well, if if we go there and we're able to make a reservation, I really don't think that there's going to be a set price or a set menu with a like one price for everybody, unfortunately. So that kind of makes everything difficult because everyone's going to have a different price, and the bill's going to be just all sorts of weird. I'm not sure how we're going to go about that, but maybe if we do get a reservation, we can go talk over things with the event manager for both those places, either or of those places rather.
Oh, if there was a set price, can uh, can we have wristbands? We know who paid and who's a walk-in. I'm assuming with either.
Let me think about that one. What I'm thinking is, I don't think we'll have any walk-ins if there are a set amount of people and we've set up both of those venues or either of those venues with the amount of people and it's maxed out. We won't be having wristbands this time because we don't have any funds to buy them with. We haven't opened up any sort of donation. The only wristbands we really have are the leftover World Tour Third LA wristbands. I'm not sure how many. Do you know how many we have of those left?
I have 3, personally.
I'm not sure how many we have left. And I don't think we have enough to cover the amount of people that may, or the maximum amount of people that may be going to the after party. So at this point, I'm going to say there won't be any wristbands because we won't accept any walk-ins. If there are any people that don't show up, then we'll, after a certain amount of time, just like how we did for Izakaya Night and the after party for World Tour Third, after so much time goes by and we have, a number of seats open, then I'll let people in. But I don't think there's going to be room for walk-ins, unfortunately, if everybody comes, because especially for Suihiro, there might not be enough room to put anything down to eat. But there might be standing room, I'll need to think. I'll get back to you guys about that. It's a good thing. Let me make a note of that. 1 second now. CELA, LA. Any other questions? Okay, so let's just go back to the LED T-shirts. We're definitely gonna go with something on this. So my plan for the LED T-shirts is, sorry guys, I'm just trying to find my Cosmic Explorer list to do. Here we go. 1 second. So my plan for the LED T-shirts was the backup design that I was planning is going to be the Perfume Cosmic Explorer logo that you've seen already, that is set up, in the Japan tour, which will be this logo. That's just our backup default. If you guys like that design, we'll totally go with that. But it would be nice if we had some sort of LA specific design. And I'd like to add on top of this, when you make the LED t-shirt, you have, I believe it's an option to have different parts of the the shirt of this design light up at different times, so it can like light up in a pattern. Uh, I'm not sure if we can just have it light up steady. That's something we need to ask. What is it? LED custom LED T-shirts. What are these guys called? LED T-shirts is basically what they're called. But it would be really cool if we had some sort of pattern. I don't think we can choose how the pattern lights up. I think they're just, throw something together and it'll light up however it's going to light up. But if we can get some designs together for a LA specific T-shirt, that would be great. I would like to see, possibly let's do another contest or another, vote on what we'd like to see for the LED T-shirt design. So let's see how we're gonna do this. I'll just put up some announcements on Facebook and Twitter. If you guys could, do the same. Any of the designers out there who can put together a CELA design. And when I say CELA, I'm talking about Cosmic Explorer LA. So if you have a design that you want to put out there, and I'll get them all together, just like how we did for the flyers for World Tour Third LA. We'll do a vote and see what everybody wants to do, and then we'll order those shirts. The problem is we'll need those designs as soon as possible. So if I would like to have them by the end of the week. Let's see here. What's the date? Ooh, man. If we can get all the designs by the end of the week, then that would be perfect. Because we need to get the design together. We need to send it to them. They need to, get back to me with how they're going to do the light up pattern. We have to go back and forth. They have to actually make the shirts, send it to us, yada, yada, yada. It's going to take a long time. And of course, we want these shirts by concert date at the latest. Like, if we can have it on Thursday, that's like almost pushing past the last day that we can have this. So if for those designers out there, please give me your designs as soon as possible, and we can get these T-shirts done. I'll also be doing, oh my gosh, here, another survey for anyone who's interested in a Cosmic Explorer LED T-shirt. Expect the price to be, again, about $45-ish per shirt. Of course, the more people that get in on it, the cheaper the shirt will be. It says $42.90 here. Just expect $45. For such things as, unintended fees, or I believe this is based in Europe somewhere, so maybe any like import tax or whatnot. So we'll just plan on that. Let's see here. I'm just gonna browse around the website so you guys can see what's going on as far as how they do things. As you can see from this picture here, the LED portion is actually kind of like a panel that is attached to the front of the shirt, and there's a small battery pack and whatnot. And the shirt is washable. It's perfectly washable. You just have to take off the panel and before you do that, because of course electronics don't like water. Let's see here. I'm trying to find a place where they have an example of the light up. Let's see here. Let's do this one. Not sure if you guys can see this video. How's the video coming out? Oh no, I can't see it. Oh, we also have the option to have the shirt react to sound. I don't think we will be doing any sort of sound activation. I would like to not have sound activation, but if you guys, maybe I'll add that to the survey if you guys want sound activation or not. So there's this Harakiri Bar Lounge. Let's take a look at the Red Bull. So as you can see, it actually lights up pretty nice in bright light. But the real magic happens when the lights go off and it seems like it's bright enough. So as you can see, they did another, like the Harakiri one on the right lights up from bottom right to upper left, and this Red Bull one seems to be lighting up from, I don't know, left to right. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Yeah, they are based in Europe. I'm not sure where that is exactly. Is that England or whatnot? So that is basically the extent of what I wanted to talk about this meeting. If there's any other questions, I will go ahead and keep the video running if you guys have anything that you want to add to the chat room. And that's basically it. I'll just end it here with the perfume logo. I'll still be monitoring the chat, so if you guys have any questions, throw them in there.